Hello, this is Andrea, Twigs.n.Things. Happy Friday. I'm going to be making chicken marsala for dinner tonight, and it's one of my family's favorites. I serve it over gnocchi or over pasta. It is a delicious thing. Come and see how. So I'm getting ready to make some chicken marsala. This is about 2 tablespoons of butter and the Marsala wine, nice and hot. I have taken my chicken and I've put it into flour, and I'm going to place it in the frying pan, and I'm going to season this with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of paprika for color, more than for taste. And I'm going to add chicken broth to this as the chicken cooks and the wine evaporates. So here we have the first batch. Now I'm going to do my salt, basically just sprinkling it on, probably about a good tablespoon. Now we have some fresh cracked pepper, just basically getting it onto all of the pieces of chicken. Now I'm going to add my garlic powder and paprika. There we go, generous with the garlic powder. Okay, the paprika. Okay, and I'm gonna just let this cook until it's time to turn it over. Okay, I'm going to start to turn these over. And as you can see, the wine is starting to cook down, which means that we need to add some chicken broth and season the other side of the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to add some chicken broth now. Because we want this to be saucy. Okay. Now I'm going to add more salt on this side and more garlic powder and more pepper. I'm actually doing a second pan as well so that I can get as much chicken cooked at one time as possible. Okay, now what I'm going to do is basically just stir this around in the lovely gravy, turning it over again, making sure that the chicken is completely coated in this beautiful Marsala wine gravy. This is so delicious. I serve this over gnocchi or pasta, and I make also mushrooms in the same sauce, which I'll be showing you shortly. So this batch is just about done. Doing my last batch now. Once again, putting the chicken, I'm making a huge mess here, that has been dredged in flour, and I'm putting it into the pan that has the very hot Marsala wine and the butter. Okay, now, once again, salting the top of the chicken, garlic powder, and a little bit of paprika. Just about out of paprika in this particular jar. That's okay. And lots of nice fresh cracked pepper. This pepper is so yummy on this chicken. Okay, coming in and turning these pieces of chicken over. And once I've turned them over, I'm going to add some chicken broth to this pan, and I'm going to go ahead and season the other side of the chicken as well with the same seasonings. So I'm adding some organic chicken stock here. And I'm going to go ahead and season the other side of the chicken. Want lots of flavor, which this is packed with flavor, this wonderful chicken dish. Again, the wonderful cracked pepper, fresh cracked pepper. Okay, and when I see that this is cooked enough, I will start to just mix it all in again with the gravy. So now what I'm going to do is make the mushrooms that go on top of the chicken. So I'm basically doing the same process of putting about a tablespoon of butter and some Marsala wine into the fry pan and getting it very hot. And then I'm going to add these sliced mushrooms. And these are going to cook with a bit of flour, I'm going to say probably about a tablespoon of flour, and salt, fresh cracked pepper, garlic powder. This is going to go on top of the chicken, and it's going to be served with the pasta of your choice, either gnocchi or whatever types of pasta that you would like to serve your chicken marsala with. The flour is what makes this gravy a little bit thicker, and we want these mushrooms to be very flavorful and covered with this lovely Marsala wine gravy. Here, these beautiful mushrooms are just about ready. I don't like to overcook them. They will still get tender even after I've taken them off the burner because the chicken is still very hot, and they'll cook a little bit longer on top of that. Okay, I'm going to prepare the pasta now for the chicken marsala. Okay, I'm going to add some salt to this, and a touch of olive oil. And then I'm going to let this cook until it's al dente, and I will serve the chicken marsala on top of this. Okay, so here we have the finished product. Here's the chicken marsala on a bed of pasta with lots of mushrooms. I know it doesn't look terribly pretty, but it is so delicious. And I have a nice arugula salad with some shaved vegetables and shaved Parmesan cheese and some freshly roasted broccoli and a nice loaf of Italian bread. So there you have it, and there's little Lily. It's a delicious thing. This is Andrea, Twigs and Things.